What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here, and today I'm bringing you a video showcasing Amir, the Wind Ifrit, and Wind B10. Whatever, the technical name is Akhamamir, but I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with just Amir as the name. So, yeah, that's what I call him. You can see the runes right here. He's on a fatal broken set. Rune removal is tomorrow, so tomorrow he will not be on these runes anymore probably. But for this video, these are the runes. You can see the skill ups. I just have two. If you are trying to skill them up, the only thing you really need to skill up is the third skill. But it doesn't hurt to get all the skills. But the third skill is definitely the one you're going to be aiming for. Key stats to look for on Amirs in general would be crit damage, crit rate, of course, attack, and then depending on how you build your speed and maybe a little bit of HP, I'll get more into that in the video. But the main stats to look for on mine is in terms of how much damage he's going to do, is you notice that he's got about 2,000 attack. His first skill does scale off speed and attack, so I have plus 32 speed. I made him slow intentionally. I wanted him to go after my Lucian because normally you want Lucian to go first in Giants to clear the wave. He's got 74 crit rate, so on the boss that's 90. So of course ideally I'd get like 11 more crit rate on this guy, but 74 will do, at least for now, and 144 crit damage is okay. I'll show you the runes really quick, each individually. We've got this. He's on attack, crit damage, and attack. That rune's not maxed yet either. More or less the preferred rune build I have right now. It depends on where you're using him. If I'm just talking about Giants right now, preferred rune build would probably be like Violent or maybe Rage or Fatal with attack, crit damage, attack. Maybe speed, crit damage, attack if you wanted to, but normally you want your Lucians to go first. So if you put speed, crit damage, attack, just make sure that your Amir's slower than your Lucians. So yeah, keep that in mind. So I'll talk about why I picked Amir in this team and why he's actually a pretty popular unit in Giants and speed and in non-speed teams. The reason he's popular, basically, to make it quick, is because he does pretty good damage, and he's wind, so that means he gets bonus crit rate against the boss, and the boss has a chance to glance against him. So wind is obviously just ideal against water monsters. And yeah, so the reason he's not as popular though anywhere in the game is because all three of his skills scale off different stats. This is a 1 minute run. That's about average. This team's about a 1 minute team. But the reason it's, yeah, like I said, it's not as good is because he scales off three different stats. His first skill scales off speed and of course a little bit of attack. His second skill scales off his max HP, and the third skill scales just off of attack. So that leaves the question, do you build him HP for his second skill, speed for his first skill, or attack for his third skill? And basically the answer to that, at least in my opinion, is just build him attack. If you build him with attack, his third skill will hit pretty hard, and his first skill will also hit pretty hard. His second skill, even, like, it's not worth your time to build him HP, crit damage, HP, just so his second skill does damage. For those of you who don't know, his second skill is the same as Vero's. It's the AoE stun skill. He just did it right there. It hit 4,000 on a crit. I didn't see if he had attack buff, but there was defense break, I know that. So yeah, don't worry about his second skill, basically. So Amir is useful outside of Giants. He's useful in cleave teams or even just normal YOLO teams and arena and guild battles, but I'm not really going to get into that in this video. This is more just about him in Giants. So I don't know if I already uploaded or not, but I've recorded a video of a Giants B10 team that isn't as YOLO with Amir. So if you're not quite at this level of speed team yet, then if you want to, you could check out the other video that I've hopefully posted before this, but I might have not because I just recorded it a second ago. But it was a slower team where Amir is the only damage dealer. So for those of you that are trying to make your first like speed team, I guess you'd call it, you could look at that if you want. But Amir will, so to go through his whatever skills, the first skill will do a little dot, 2-turn dot, like all the Ifrits. It's not insane, but it's not terrible either. It does a little bit of damage in a dot. The second skill, I would say more or less, is useless. It doesn't do great damage, and at least I personally don't build Amir with accuracy, so it doesn't really land stuns either. And then the third skill is really what he's known for. I don't know, it's called like Mat Crush or something like that, Mach Crush, whatever you pronounce it, M-A-C-H. And that is an AoE skill that attacks each enemy twice and does more damage based on the amount of harmful effects. I think, wait, I can check the multiplier. I think it's 30% more for each. Yeah, 30% more for each effect. Harmful effect. But so on the Giant, the harmful effects you'll get is Defense Break, which will multiply your damage twice, kind of, because it gives you an extra debuff, and it's Defense Break, so that does good damage. Other debuffs you'll get on the boss with this team, sometimes you'll land the the heal block. Sometimes you'll land the speed debuff, as well as Amir himself has a chance to land some dots, and Hua might land dots. Hua's debuffs are always unreliable, but so yeah, I keep that in mind. And but so that's basically what he's known for, is that third skill. It's not insane in Giants. He's not the most popular in Giants for a reason. And part of that reason is that he is reliant on lots of debuffs. So when you compare him to, let's say, like Lucian's, like if you're trying to replace Lucian with Amir, it doesn't really work, because Lucian, you just give him attack buff and he'll do his damage. And Amir, you need the attack buff, you need the defense break, and preferably a couple other debuffs. So wait, let me see if his third skill's up. So this is with 4 debuffs right now. Let's see how much damage he hits for. Well, I missed a crit, but it was 15k when it did crit. So that's like a 30k skill, which is definitely not bad. My Sig right now, which is who I used to use in the team where this Amir is, hits about 30k on his third skill on the boss. So it's definitely not bad. And this is a 3-turn cooldown when it's maxed. So yeah, keep that in mind if you want to max it. Now, note, to max all these skills, you'll need 5 plus 6 plus 4. That's 15 skill ups. So 15 double mons, that's a lot. For me personally, Amir may get double mon someday, but it wouldn't surprise me if I never max skill this guy, just because 15 Devilmons it's too much for what he does. Yeah, Amir gets looked. A lot of people look at Amir as like the worst Ifrit. I don't think he's the worst Ifrit. Well, now I say that he's not the worst. I don't know who is the worst. I don't know. They're all good for different things, but Amir's best thing to use him in is a cleave team. So Giants isn't exactly his best thing, but it is very possible to use him in Giants. Don't like mistake that. It's very possible to use him, but his best option is in a cleave team. I might show you guys a cleave team with him, but I'd have to ruin him for a cleave team. If you're ruining him for a cleave team, you'd want Will on him so he doesn't get stunned or defense broken or whatever the case may be, but I don't have Will on him right now. And that is where he's really good, is in a cleave team for arena offense or even Guild Wars. But anyways, I should probably wrap up the video soon. I'll just show you guys the basic stats of all my other guys, so if you want to try and replicate this team. Here's my Lucian. Just note that he's max skilled. Note that he's got the attack power, crit rate, crit damage. And also this Lucian will move right after my Galleon. Actually, I think my Hua, it's not speed synced exactly right. The ideal speed sync on this team would be Galleon first, then the 2 Lucians, then the Amir, then the Hua. But it doesn't matter if the Hua or the Amir is first, really. Just pick one and make it go first. But this team isn't ideally speed synced. But so that's the first Lucian. This is the second Lucian, which is actually the slowest guy on my team. He's not max skilled, but the stats to note is the crit damage, the crit rate, and the attack. That's really all you need. Of course, like you could look at the HP, but hopefully you're going to kill them before they really get a lot of turns. Here's the Hua. This is actually the wrong Hua I'm using. The Hua I normally use is this one. It would have been a little faster if I used this. This is my damage. The other Hua, the Hua I was using a second ago, that's my raid Hua, so that was an accident. But the stats to note on this is, well, it's got double blade revenge, but the stats to note on this is the attack, the speed, crit rate, crit damage, and it's got above 45 accuracy. If you get 45 accuracy in Giants, it's like having 100. It's like max accuracy. So try and get at least 45. And then Galleon, he's on Violent Blade. He doesn't need Violent. I just have him on Violent because I have Violent runes sitting around for him. The stats to note on this, I have a damage Galleon. So you note the speed. The attack is really low. So you can note it, but also note that it's really bad. The crit rate and crit damage. And then he's got max accuracy in Giants. The reason his attack's so low is he's on speed, crit damage, accuracy, because I needed high accuracy on Galleon because I use him in PvP too. So yeah, that's what's going on with Galleon there. But so that's really all I have for this video, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, be sure to tell me in the comment section, as well as if there's any other videos you want to see, you can also tell me that in the comment section. But yeah, that's basically all I have for today though, guys. So may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.